We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this.
And what this is the Pepper Palace hot sauce. I guess it's probably just Pepper Palace heat hot sauce. I guess this little guy in the middle, the pepper holding the hot sauce bottle, I suppose is probably just a logo. And it is manufactured for somebody. So we have aged red peppers, which suggest cayenne, possibly red jalapeno, distilled vinegar, salt, and xanthan gum. Now somehow this was separated, which is really unusual for a xanthan gum sauce. It was separated when I got it. We've got here a 6-ounce bottle for $5.95. Now it's not what I paid for it, but it is something I want to comment about because for $6, you can get 3 or 4 bottles of Crystal or honestly some other equal, if not better, hot sauce. So one of the issues I have with Pepper Palace is they are insanely overpriced. All right, and you can see it's just the restrictor cap is built into the bottle, and you can see it is just basically your normal type of Louisiana style sauce, cayenne sauce. It's just this very orange reddish color here, very watery, very runny. Wow, very bracing, very it just tastes unrefined. This is a hit kind of like Crystal. I think I actually prefer Crystal a little bit. Similar in tone though. You get a little splash of the pepper, but mostly you're assaulted by this really pungent vinegar. Some people like their Louisiana styles that way. I'm more about flavor, but this is just a very intense vinegar hit out of the gate, and this is not one of the better Louisiana style sauces I think I've had. I can say that much. All right, so what we have today, stir this up here, is we've got. All right, so little story here: Kraft Deluxe Macaroni Cheese, and I've got a couple hard-boiled eggs. Now, here's the backstory here. So back when I was more in my gym rat sort of bodybuilder days, I was working in an office and I had to have something that was somewhat clean that I could take to my desk, and I was riding my bike to work a lot those days, so I didn't always want something big and bulky, and it worked really well to just on Monday just bring in a dozen or so hard-boiled eggs, just put them right back in the carton, and a sleeve of not these usually it was like the powdered ones from Kraft or Velveeta or something along those lines. I don't think this existed actually then. But it was something that was very disposable. So on these, this one doesn't have nutritional information, but a little cup of macaroni, and the eggs, of course, were for protein, and that's what I would have, for lunch. It was something I didn't have to spend a lot of time thinking about. It was definitely not fast food. It's not super clean, but it is fairly clean to do it this way. So that's what I would do. I just put it right on top, because I had to have boiled eggs. Just because boiled eggs I get bored with, and have a little macaroni and cheese to kind of have a little cheese sauce, a little macaroni, because I needed to try to have some carbs because, like I said, I was riding my bike back and forth, and riding in traffic as I was in those days. It's good to be able to have an energy boost, available if you need it. So you want to replace the glucose and stuff. And then I would just do what I'm doing now. Just stir it up. And you can see this thing is done just like that, right? You heat up the microwave, in the microwave while you're, clearing off the eggs. 3.5 minutes for the microwave. And that's done, and you can pour it on right away because the eggs are cold. And you'll have them give sort of a warming effect to the eggs, but not to a crazy extent. It'll generally just be cool enough for you to eat right away. Life hack of sorts, I suppose. But back then, I had Red Devil. I had Red Devil a lot of the time. And, vinegar is good to have in combination with foods because it'll do a nice job of changing the glycemic index to a degree. So, and I used a lot of Red Devil, and I loved it. That was where I was working was not enjoyable, but that part of it was kind of nice, and that's really kind of how I got started on the hot sauce trail, or I guess to the blogging about it was back in those days. The other reason that I would use the powdered is because I could add more water and make it more liquidy, which you would want to cover the eggs. This one you can't really do because it's like the Velveeta. You just get a sleeve of a cream chop. You just get a sleeve of the cream sauce. Trying to get this to match is really difficult. The first time I didn't have enough in there really to quite get the flavor. And then by adding more, it's because this restrictor bottle is not great. I wound up over saucing it slightly. And now I've got this super duper unpleasant and vinegary aspect to it. I picked up a few other sauces when I was there at Pepper Palace. I didn't go there for sauces. I went there for something called Cornferno, and you guys can check out that video as well if you want. I believe that will be in the Sweet Heat playlist, or Spicy Sweets. Sorry, Spicy Sweets is what I called it. And you can go there and check out that video if you want. That's really the reason I went, was to get Cornferno. And I thought, okay, well, while I'm here, I might as well pick up a few of them. I mean, it's a chain. I have never, this is the first time I've ever had any sauces from them. I didn't even know there was one by me for probably most of the years they've been around. And so I just kind of went through and I got a few of them, a few sauces that looked, I guess, both interesting, but more to the point that didn't have a bunch of junk in it I didn't want to eat. So no extracts, no onions, no scallions and stuff like that. And that was actually a smaller number than I would have expected for the amount of sauces they have on their shelves. But This was one of the ones that you know, a cayenne sauce, let's be honest, it's like using hot sauce on pizza, right? It's really hard to screw that up, which is why I think it makes a pretty good litmus. You know, it's simple, it's basic, and it should be a home run. I mean, it shouldn't be that problematic to get something that's at least, you know, solid. But these guys have managed to miss pretty wildly with this. Unless, like I said, you're like into the abrasive, really abrasive type stuff like Cristo, where you just want to punch in the mouth with your vinegar hit when you're using it. But again, this one, the flavoring is such that it tastes actual cheap, and it's not a cheap sauce, as you saw, especially for Louisiana style. So a lot of their sauces, I will say this, and I'll probably say it again if I do more videos from them. A lot of their sauces have a very unrefined quality to them, and I do not foresee me ever getting another Pepper Palace sauce once I go through the ones that I have now, if I go through them. There's some of them that are going to have written reviews, but they will not have video content. This one might actually serve for quite a few of those. I'm halfway through the sauces I have now. This one, I don't know that I'm going to necessarily keep. I might slug my way through it. I might not. I'm still kind of back and forth on this. But I have a couple other ones open as I film this. And only one of those I'm considering actually doing a video for. And that one is also back and forth right now. The other one, as soon as I can get more of a handle on it, it's a very bad sauce. But as soon as I can get more of a handle on it, that one, once I do the written review, is probably going to be binned, and hopefully I can burn it out of my memory actually after that as well. But anyway, this one, you know, if somebody had it and there was nothing else, I might use it. I'm never going to buy it again, and I would never actually seek this out. This is, like I said, one of the poorer Louisiana styles out there. But there it is, the Pepper Palace Heat Hot Sauce.
Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.